Hi everyone, my name is Emily Detweiler and I am a second grade teacher at Highland Elementary School. This slide just shows you a little pictures to describe about myself. This picture is of my husband and I. We got married last November and I love it because we're so silly and it just shows that we like to have fun and act silly with each other. The picture in the bottom shows of Star Wars. I am a huge Star Wars fan and have been for most of my life. My favorite Star Wars films are the old ones, episodes 4, 5, and 6. They just are a big part of my life and I got hooked on them when I was very little. My dad is a huge Star Wars fan and I always have loved the storyline, and I am looking forward to seeing how the storyline will continue with the new edition of the films coming out, that have come out and will come out. The picture in the middle is a picture of my husband and I on our honeymoon to Jamaica. We had to take our honeymoon just a little bit later because of me teaching, and it was a little hard to get off last year, so we went last summer and we hiked Dunn's River Falls, which is a huge waterfall, and that was such a great experience and something I've never done before and totally loved it. And it was our first time traveling together outside the States. We both love to travel, so that was a really fun experience as well to do that together. The picture in the top right corner is a picture of our favorite board game. We love to play any sorts of game, but this is one of our favorite, Ticket to Ride Europe. If you've never played it, you just try to complete train cards where you would go from one destination to another destination in Europe and you get points and all that good stuff. And so we find it a lot of fun to play, the two of us. Obviously it's a lot more fun to play with a few more people, but with it being the two of us, that's the game we go to. The picture at the bottom is of my parents' two dogs. My husband and I don't have any pets except some fish, but we do love dogs. But this is a picture of my parents' dog. This is Artie and this is Murphy. Artie is actually a retired CNI dog. My family and I trained him about 8 or so years ago, and he was placed with a man who was blind, and he was just recently retired from the program just because of his age and Artie getting older. So he's been a great addition to my parents' household, and Murphy, of course, is the spoiled little chocolate lab who's not a only child anymore. My passion has always been to be a teacher, and that was fulfilled after I graduated Millersville in May 2015. I accepted a teaching position in the Ephrata Area School District in second grade. And this is my second year, and this is a picture of my kiddos. I do have permission slips from all parents to use their picture because I have a classroom website as my communication tool with my parents. So I wanted to include a picture because they truly just make my day, and they truly are the reason why I keep going into school and keep having just an amazing experience. And I just absolutely love second grade. The picture on the left is a picture of my team. There's 5 of us working at Highland Elementary School in second grade, and this is a picture of us dressed up like Go Noodle characters. If you've never heard of Go Noodle, I highly would suggest checking it out because it helps getting students' wiggles out, which is very helpful as a teacher. And so we had a fun time dressing up for our trunk or treat night, and just really thankful to work with a great group of girls who we all can relate to and just work together to help our second graders. Like I said, I went to Millersville University for my undergraduate courses, and my first online course was during the summer 2013 semester, and that was the first time it was strictly online. I didn't have any face-to-face meetings, didn't have to do anything like that. So I've taken a few courses through Millersville like that. I've also had experience with iTunes University. Ephrata is currently trying to adopt this program, and it's been really exciting to see how it's going to happen in the elementary schools, and I'm excited to learn more about it. And my kids have had really great success using it so far in the classroom, and so I'm excited to get to use it even more. Of course, we also use Schoology for professional development days and for courses that we can sign up to continue our learning as educators. I chose the first question that had to deal with the YouTube video, stating that good teaching is good teaching, whether it is online or in a brick and mortar school. This makes total sense to me because I fully believe that good teaching is good teaching no matter what. In the video Inside the Life of a Cyber Teacher, the teachers talked about it's all about making that connection with students. And I think any teacher would agree that that's the same way across the board. Face-to-face, online, blended learning, anything like that. It's all about making that connection with the students. You want to make sure that your students are involved with your teaching, and by doing that, you're a good teacher. Good teaching also happens, when we're focusing on the students and their needs, and not how we as the teachers want or expect lessons to go. I always have to ask myself, am I doing it for me or am I doing it for my students? And I think that is something to always keep in mind, because when we start to focus on ourselves and how we want things to go, or how, Pinterest says things should go, or Teachers Pay Teachers says things should go, it's not about that. It's about how our students are learning and how they're going to use that information to help them be better and help them be better learners in our society. I also chose the fourth question, the Parker Palmer quote that says, "To reduce our vulnerability, we disconnect from students, from subjects, and even from ourselves." I completely agree. There will still be vulnerabilities if you're teaching a course online. I always, it goes back to the last slide, making that connection with the student. And I find that when I'm teaching, I try to pull in personal experiences so my students can realize, oh, Mrs. Detweiler has gone through some of the same things that I'm going through, or, Mrs. Detweiler has the same questions that I do. And I feel like even more so on an online format, cyber teachers are wanting to have that connection even more so, because they don't have the face-to-face connection. Their students can see them, but the teachers can't see their students. And so I still feel like there would be vulnerabilities to be a part of the online teaching, because teachers are always wanting that connection, okay? And, teaching is teaching no matter the format. And so no matter if it's online, brick and mortar, combination, you're always going to have those vulnerabilities, and that's part about being a teacher. In terms of the standards, with watching those three commercials, I felt that standard A, F, and I were very apparent, because they all highlighted, the commercials all highlighted it being student-focused, and there being a individualized learning plan, so that the students would know that it's all about them and their learning is very important, which I completely agree with. I think everything should be student-driven, because they're the ones that we're there to teach, and they're the ones who are going to take the information that we've taught them and hopefully apply it to their lives to become better and better as they move on with whatever they may choose in their life. Something that I struggled to see a little bit was Standard G, which had to deal with how they would implement assessments in a reliable way. And of course, these commercials, 30 seconds to 1 minute long, so they're probably not going to go into that too much. But to me, as a teacher, that's a big thing. I want to make sure my students are being honest and being true to themselves, and showing me what they know and not what another friend knows. So that to me was something that didn't really stick out right away as I watched the three commercials. I am really excited to get to know you all and to learn from you in this course, and I think it's going to be a wonderful time. Thank you.